Happy Monday to you.
Oh, look at this hair. What the heck happened to me?
Well, we had that tryst.
You wish.
I do. No, it was. It had nothing to do with her hair. Is au natural. Even the gray is natural.
Why is it so messy? What did I do?
I have no idea. You had Spanish lessons today.
I'm surprised I have any hair left.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that Spanish is a tough language if you don't know Spanish. I mean, if you don't know how to learn Spanish, is Spanish tough? I don't know.
You're insane.
That might be. Good morning, Saul. I should yell it back because, well, it's all caps. And good morning to you, Jolene. Christie was able to sort out, what was it?
The destructor of
the
garbage.
destructor of garbage thing. It was very strange because she typed in what you had sent, the title.
Like word for word.
Could not find it. So she had to go into the commercial section of Amazon in order to find it.
I dug.
Saul says, Spanish is beautiful, easier than French.
I will have to take your word for it.
Yeah, it is true. There is something magical about Spanish. I mean, when people speak it, gosh darn it, it's a lovely language. They could swear at you in Spanish and be like, I like him so much.
Are you not on YouTube?
I don't know. Who knows if we're on YouTube? We should be on YouTube. Sorry, I could have bought it. I told her that because she spent all this time looking. And she says,
well, if I couldn't, gave it one last shot. And if I couldn't find it that way, then I was going to ask you to do it. But
Saul says, when did you guys fly back to PV? That was last year.
Oh gosh, yeah, we've been back
here
since
for over
we live here
a
full
year.
time.
We do.
And we've been back since August. We got back.
Yeah, and Leslie says, I can't see you there right now. Who knows? Because of, oh my God, they killed Kenny. Things like that. We think that YouTube and Facebook are kind of punishing us because people said...
He thinks so, but I think he's insane, so...
Yeah. They have algorithms for things like that.
We get to be on Facebook all the time. They don't stop us there. They haven't blocked you yet.
No, they do. They say in the evening, people say, I can't watch it, the sound, whatever. Who knows? LOL. Who knows?
I don't know if we are on YouTube or not. I don't know how to find out.
You should get out of there.
Good morning, Pat.
You do not want to be stuck in Canada right now. Mexico is sunny. Mexico is warm.
Is Saul in Canada?
I guess so. FB jail could be. But yeah, here it's just so beautiful right now. Yesterday we took the kids to the pool beach area at Binayar. It was later in the day though. It was like 4:30. I think we got there.
Yeah.
So we stayed probably till 6:37. It was beautiful. Had dinner. And the only reason we had dinner was because Amberlyn was eating from strangers. She would be like walking up to strangers and fries, and they're like giving her fries. It was like she was like a little.
Oh, there we go. Okay, she found us.
She was like a little seagull child.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And she didn't go up to them. She was just watching them eat. And then the lady handed her fries. Well, of course she's going to keep going back to French fries. I would have went back if she'd offered me a French fry.
Like a seagull. So we ordered food because obviously the kids wanted food. And met this interesting lady called, what's her name?
I don't know. I was busy rescuing our toys from her.
She does rentals.
Destructive child.
She does rentals and in the area. And she knew where our office was. And we knew who her family was because they were very involved in the real estate world many years ago when they first got here. Doesn't matter who they are. But yeah, so gave her some contacts. She's like, I've got all these houses that these people want to sell, and how do we connect, and this and that. And it's like the only reason they want you to sell is because they're not willing to pay you.
Yeah.
They're just willing to give you like teeny tiny slivers. And we have a big network of agents and websites and blah, 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 blah.
That we pay for.
We pay gobs of money to get our stuff out on. Yeah. And she doesn't. Because then when we told her how much we pay for rent, she's like, maybe I should do without renting.
Yeah.
So I was like, you got to spend money to make money. Really,
She's
you
not
do.
willing to do it. So
She's not. So I told
we'll
her.
see where this goes.
Yeah, I told her we would meet with her and discuss.
She also has 2 young kids, which are very distracting when
Destructive.
What? Yes.
Destructive. What? Yeah, it was a very interesting gal. So there we go. We're still not doing rentals. She's like, well, why don't you do rentals? I'm like, it's too much time and too little money. So yeah, it is a very interesting world here.
Yes.
But there are people that do rentals and they make money. They just don't make gobs of it. And they spend so much time. I mean, like when you work your dollars per hour, it's like pennies on the dollar. Like so much for pennies on the dollar.
Yes.
And we are glad that there are people that do that because they do make people's lives easier. But this is where I think platforms, for rentals especially, because you're not spending a ton of money. So it's not like you're buying a place and you have to have somebody go in there to inspect it. It's kind of like, if you're close to the beach, do you really care?
Something like that, people.
We've learned that very early that people don't care so much where they're staying. They just want to know what they can do when they're there. And if there's steps to everything, it's a good deal. That's why out here, if you want to be out here, you need a vehicle where we live.
Well, because it makes it easier for
You're like 20 minutes walking to the beach, which is a hell of a lot closer than it is to, say, Edmonton. It's 20 minutes versus hours.
Yes. I'm sorry. I have to go to the washroom. I had lots of coffee this morning already. Keep talking.
I don't know what to do about her, guys.
Keep talking.
She's kind of like a child. And she heard that. Jolene says, I know trying to rent my unit at Villa del Mar, Flamingo, people want it for cheap. Yeah, they do. And you're not on the beach. Leslie, no. Who give them the right to tell us not to travel? Saul, you're absolutely correct. Who gave them the right? It is only our collective belief that government controls us that stops this from being just total anarchy. And this is a very difficult part for me because I do want to follow the rules because the rules are there just to keep civilized society up and running. Now, what happens if there's stupid rules and dumb rules and controlling rules and tyrannical rules? Well, then I'm kind of like, well, now you're like Soviet Russia or communist China. And those rules need to be disobeyed. And it's
huh?
Well, So the thing is that stupid rules should not be followed. And Canadians are so stinking courteous. I don't know the word. Yes, stupid rules. It is. Hey, John, I know your feelings. Thanks, Eva. And Leslie says, I don't mind logical and few rules, but this is ridiculous. Yes, it is.
And hi, Mom. How are you in Alberta? Speaking of people that went back with the crazy. Love you, Mom.
That is nuts, man.
Miss you.
To go back to that craziness is just, it doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I don't understand why you would go into this den of stupidity. And it really is. It's just dumb.
Remember what our coach said?
Yes.
Well, they're following
They're
him.
saying it. I'm not.
No, you are saying it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just like Mexico. Mexico, less rules. And there are rules here. They're just, some of them are dumb. But do you follow them? I don't know. Do we? We follow all the rules?
Does anybody follow all the rules?
I hope not. My God. So this is part of the problem with Amberlyn. Because we have Taylor.
Amberlyn doesn't follow any rules.
Taylor, when you say sit, she sits. When you say, do this, do that, she does that, generally speaking. She's still not, she's almost 3. Amberlyn, you say sit down, she stands up. You say stand still, she runs. You say don't jump, she jumps without abandon or with abandon. What is it? I don't know. But she is...
Without common sense.
She's sitting on the chair. I turn for a second to lift up the umbrella that is beside us to give us more shade. Instantly, boom, she's on the ground. She's got a lump on her skull. How do you do that? So,
She's amazing.
She
is
really
an
is.
amazing child, but she is fearless.
Absolutely fearless.
Yeah.
Like, she tries climbing, she tries jumping, she does whatever. And she's always testing the bounds of physicality. So it is, the other day we had this video of her. So she would jump off the side of the sidewalk just to see how it works. She would stumble a bit, then she would be okay and compose herself, run around, try it again. I'm going to try this until I
don't fall.
Until I don't fall.
So Jim Armstead is saying that he agrees with you. Jeff is saying we are leaving crazy in just over 3 months. Woohoo! Marie sending hugs to you today, Christy. Thank you. It is actually just over a year, the first year of my father's passing, and it's been tough. I mean, I've been trying to not dwell on it because it happens, but it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing.
So Jolene says Texas, less rules too. Yeah, and there's been less rules in Texas right from the beginning. If I was going to live anywhere in America, I think Texas would be it. It is like what Alberta was. Alberta's gone. I mean, Eva says we can't get out of here that quick, John. Alberta rules in lockdown. Saul says, funny how old she is. She's a year and a half old, Amberlynn, with zero fear. I mean, her face, she goes underwater. She doesn't get up and she doesn't panic. She's like, ha, 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 ha.
Let's do it again.
Again. Water in her eyes doesn't matter. Again.
We have these little floaties that go on her shoulders and around her chest. And she loves it because it keeps her buoyant and it keeps her from being under for too long. Well, her favorite thing yesterday, she wanted to go into the deeper end and she would make herself fall back. And then she would turn over or I'd help her over. And she kept doing it over and over. I don't know if she liked the sound of it in her ears. You know how the water makes that other sound?
But Amberlynn, Taylor, you can't leave Taylor alone for a second without her.
She gets scared, yeah.
But Amberlynn is like, don't touch me. I just want to be left alone. I want to play and test all of this out. Very frustrating.
And Marie, I don't know what you mean by she is the embodiment of Pinot's new video, All I Know. Amberlynn, maybe? I don't know who Pinot is.
No.
And I've obviously never seen the video. But if you're talking about Amberlynn, it would probably be an awesome video.
Yeah. So a week ago.
I am doing okay, Eva. Thank you.
A week ago, I was ill all day. Didn't leave the bed. My back has been sore all week. So I'm going to the massage therapist and then the chiropractor afterwards. Because
Pink's video.
It just feels.
I know Pink.
It's just in pain. So yeah, I'm hoping I didn't cause any tears
from vomiting.
From hurling. It was so bad. And it was funny because you ever puke and it hurts, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, it feels so good now, because whatever was out of you, it's like this crazy feeling.
You know what? I don't think this is a conversation we need to continue. It's gross.
Yeah, I just remember.
You going to tell them about your diarrhea too?
No, for heaven's sake, no. But it was definitely the vomiting that caused the problems. And I think I may have tore some muscles.
That's so pathetic.
I know.
So pathetic.
I know. It is pathetic. And that's why I have to go to the massage therapist. And thank you, Shay, for that. This was a Christmas gift.
He's going to get a massage and then he's going to the chiropractor today.
Well, I think you may go to the chiropractor because I think the massage therapist is going to be good enough for me. And you really need to go to the chiropractor.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, because her shoulder, it's always sore and she doesn't do anything about it. She's like, no, you go ahead. My shoulder's just hanging. It's
not quite that bad, but it is pretty sore.
It is because we are of a certain age. It's like yesterday, that lady, she's like, she could not figure out if those were our kids. Then we explained she could not figure out they were sisters because Taylor is so
light. That was just weird.
And she is so dark. She's like, but my kids look normal.
Pretty much that's what she said, yeah.
But your grandkids.
And her husband is a foreigner
from Chicago,
as well. Yeah.
She's Mexican. He's from Chicago. And it was funny because Christie's like, we are in our 50s. It's like,
we are of a certain
we're in
age.
our low 50s.
She said we looked young for grandparents.
I guess.
And thank you Saul, for saying my kitchen looks so clean. All I can see is the pot behind me. And if you go over here, there's dish towels right here, there above my shoulder, this shoulder. But yes, we're generally pretty tidy. The frying pan's clean. I just didn't put it away. My mom, when she was here, she was using a coffee maker that I have that does a cup at a time. So I rinsed it out really well because I want to store it. So I let it sit and dry. So it's still in the corner too. That will go away. The microwave I'll probably put away because we don't use the microwave very often. And so yeah.
Generally, your house is clean unless the grandkids come. As soon as the grandkids come, they just rip everything apart. It's like they purposely make messes.
Mine is a miracle worker. I need one too. Mine is a miracle worker. Housekeeper?
We need a housekeeper.
I love my housekeeper.
Oh, we do have a housekeeper.
We do have a housekeeper.
On Thursdays, she
only comes once a week. I would have liked her to come more, but that's all she could do. So
she used to work for us full time, and that was crazy town because with no kids, and we had no grandkids at the time.
Good morning,
everything's
Kira.
Clean all the time.
So Julie, good morning. Masafe.
Yeah.
I have 3 kids. I gave up on my house. When I was younger and we had 4 young kids, my house was always a mess. It was always a mess. Now it's just the 2 of us, and I think we're adults. So, well, I am, because I know how to put my stuff away. I was commenting to my husband this morning because as I'm tidying up, 89.9% of the stuff was his that I was putting away. And I'm like, we can't get mad at our grandkids for not putting away their toys if you can't put away yours.
My toy's right there. So this weekend, Christie, on Saturday morning, we get up. She decides to start working. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I will start with the sugar wash, which is the creation of the alcohol. So we have it's a 37-gallon garbage can, but it's not just a garbage can. It's from the kitchen store. It's a food grade plastic.
Chuita says, you can understand how I feel in my house. Chuita is the mother of my 2 little terrorist darling granddaughters.
Absolutely. Chuita gets such honor and respect from us. So on Saturday, I started with the sugar wash. It's called Bird Watchers, which is sugar, yeast, tomato paste, and lime juice. So I put that together, but I made 120 liters worth because this food grade plastic garbage can that I have that costs about $70, $60.
Yeah, it was expensive.
But it's food grade and it's fantastic. So
US.
It started off at like 38, 39 degrees. Like it was so hot. And it burned so hot for probably 2 days. Now it seems to have calmed down a bit, but it's still bubbling and doing stuff. So I cleaned out the still on Saturday after I did the sugar wash, got that started. And it was a lot of work because there's so many parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I cleaned it out. Now I've got to hook up the electricity, which I think we're going to go from the top because we have panel up there, panel over here, but I think it's going to be smarter to go from the panel upstairs and kind of run the 220 because Christie wants it in the kitchen because people
really
love
pretty.
how it looks. It's a pretty piece of equipment. So,
and it'll be less dusty and I will feel better about, I thought that was a scorpion on the floor. It's just a piece of banana peel or a banana.
It's a banana scorpion.
We have banana trees and John ripened a few bananas and so, but it's just their skin is different and they're
very thick.
Yeah.
The skin is thick.
So Eva is saying, amen, Christy, put away your crap, then the kids will. Mm-hmm, I would like to think so. A bunch of my furniture is supposed to arrive this week. Yeah, that's awesome, Jolene. I can't wait to see the finished product and help you decorate it. Not that I'm a good decorator, but I like to shop.
So I do have to.
Jim said, growing old ain't for sissies. I want to say good morning to Sandra. How are you and Clem doing? And how's little Molly? Marie said, on empty nester, but daycare in my house, so I'm still in the trenches yet with toys and mess. Yeah. Pan over to it so we can see it. Why don't you pan over? Because you're not going to actually carry it. So he will do that real quick here.
Okay, if this now goes crooked.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. See? Isn't that pretty? And I mean, just to give you guys an idea.
So that is without the whiskey helmet or the
gin basket. That's just plain Jane. It'll be taller when we add the extra stuff on. Still a little crooked, darling. I'm hunting for a rug for my bedroom. Needs to be in some navy blue fashion. If you see one, photo me. Every once in a while, Costco gets some fun ones in. Liverpool also will have some fun ones. Sam's, not as often.
Thanks, Jolene. I'm very happy I got it, especially after you telling me it's not coming from China.
You scared him, Jolene.
You scared the crap out of me. So I still have to run a thing of vinegar through it. Like it has to be broken in still, which we have to get the electricity in here. And they send me this. Oh, Christy put it away. It's a big box. And what it does is it regulates the power
Christy
from 0 to 100. And that way you can run the still on less power. And it's like $800 to buy this box normally from any American provider, but it was included with the still. So I'm really excited about that. But now I think we're going to put the 220 beside the fridge. We're going to install it and do like a dryer plug-in. And then kind of with the box will be portable, the power box, and it's going to plug into there. Then the still will plug into the box. And it's going to just be portable. So that way, I think we're going to keep the still there. We may raise it up on some wheels on wood so it's easy to move around.
You can buy those ones for plants, for big plants. I think that would be a good idea.
We could make one. We could make one with a thick Perota board. I think that would look really sexy.
Oh, that would be nice. And who told me they knew? Oh, Graham told me there's a place in, I think it's Mescali's, that sells all kinds of different wheels. Like just different kinds of wheels. Okay, so... It is pretty. I thought it'd be chubbier and more utilitarian looking. I know, and so did I, even though I did see the pictures online. So when he actually got it set up, I'm like, it's got copper and stainless, which so does my kitchen. I think it might be kind of pretty to have in here. And we have the space, so we're going to do that. Katrina is saying she has such kitchen envy. I do like my kitchen, and no matter what John says, I do cook in it quite often. He tends to, oh no, my wife never cooks. She wanted this big kitchen and she never cooks. Well, you ain't suffering, so.
It's kind of true. We have eaten out a lot in our lives. Because in Mexico, it's so inexpensive to do that.
Sometimes it's cheaper than making that meal at home. It is. Especially for two people. And I will tell you, so Saturday night, friends of ours came over for dinner, which was awesome. And I invited them over. And she said, well, do we want to bring something each and, supply something each?
Now, she is the perfect
She's
hostess.
an amazing cook and a great hostess. And she's just all around fun to be with. And her husband, of course, Bill, is my bro from another
mother.
Mo. My brother from another mother. We'll leave it at that.
Mo.
And... So what we did, she says, well, why don't we just order a few different things and try them from this restaurant, which we order from on occasion. So we did. We ordered 4 different meals, and they were all amazing. So Falcone's in La Cruz, they deliver. They are Italian, of course, with the name of Falcone's. They have, my favorite is their calzones. I just love their calzones. But we had Alfredo pasta. We had carbonara pasta, and we had chicken parmesan, and they were all really thick.
Very thick noodles.
Thick fettuccine noodles, delish.
Did you tell Sol how long we've been together? She asked.
Sol, we have been almost
way too many years.
33 years. December 3rd is our anniversary. It'll be 33 years in December. We dated for close to 2 years before that.
I was 16. When I met her. I go into Chuck E. Cheese to apply for a job with a buddy of mine.
I was 18, a manager.
And she was like in a giant baby costume.
And I was sick.
She was sick, but she was in a baby costume.
Well, it was Halloween. I was supposed to dress up. I was a manager at a kid's restaurant.
I met her, and this is a true story. I leave the restaurant. She wasn't the manager. You were a supervisor at the time. But she was one of the bosses.
La-di-da.
And So I leave and I said to the buddy who I was with, Derek, I'm like, dude, I'm going to marry that girl. He's like, I'm going to marry her. I'm like, no,
Derek's this tall.
I'm serious. I'm going to marry her. So I went home and I told my mom I met the girl I'm going to marry today. And she was sick. And she didn't even look like herself. But I knew I was going to marry her.
Pay any attention to these two punks that came in while I was sick and they were flirting with me. I'm like, oh, please, boys, children.
She was 18. I was 16. Do you know how good of a salesperson you need to be to convince an 18-year-old to date you when you're 2 years younger? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was work. But I had a person on the other side that was helping out, Cheryl. Cheryl, I did not know, knew Christie. They'd gone to school at another school, and
We were good friends.
Cheryl was sitting in the back of math class, and I'm sitting on the desk talking to the guys about this girl,
He's
Christie.
so cool. He's so cool.
It was like a scene from Grease. And I'm talking to them about her, and she's in the back taking notes. So I go to work, and she's like, so, I hear you like me. Who told you that? So yeah, I could not hide anything from her.
I made fun of him a lot before I actually gave in and started dating him.
Yeah, I was a bit of a trollop back in those days. I used to I would kiss girls' necks and stuff that you would get in trouble for now. I was that guy. And I used to touch people and when I was talking with them, and she's like, I don't really like you touching other girls.
All the time.
And it was just the way I communicated. So now I'm kind of like, hey, this is when I'm talking to people, I do this. Because if I don't, she freaks out.
Liar! So Randy can't wait for you to be the bootlegger.
Yeah, it's coming this week. I think this
And
week I'm going to break in my still.
Eva and Rob's and 33rd is coming up in a few days. That's right.
Went to your wedding also. So this is how the process is going to be. I have to do a load of vinegar. So that's going to be fun. And
he has to get electricity run first. And it doesn't, amazingly, it doesn't just appear. He actually has to talk to someone and get them to come in. He's known for months he was doing this. But has he even looked into it? No.
But I do have the alcohol making. It is creating itself, it is mind-boggling how alcohol is made. What you do is you put sugar in or some kind of carbohydrate, and then you have the yeast and then water, and then usually you want nutrients for the yeast to live and replicate and do stuff. So that is what I've done. And what it does is as the yeast eat the sugar, it creates carbon dioxide, which is the bubbles, and alcohol. It is magical how it works. But it doesn't just make the ethanol, which is what makes us tipsy. It makes methanol. It makes acetone. It makes these higher alcohols, which taste horrible, and the lower alcohol.
I'll be able to do my nails. He'll make me acetone.
You can make acetone at the beginning. So what happens is at the beginning, the first, 2% of the mixture you take out, and that is your methanol and your acetone. And that becomes fire starter. You just do that for your barbecues.
And to answer Jolene, yes, it's Mr. Fix It, not Fit It. But yes, Graham is Mr. Fix It. He's
pretty fit.
Friend of ours. And he is also a very good handyman. And actually, he could probably run 220.
That's true.
Because the other guys are too busy. We won't get them. I mean, I don't know when they'll come in.
It is true.
But Graham has been really busy too. So
yeah. The thing is with the 220, it's a very simple thing. You just have to plug it into the power box. Is it a power box? Breaker box? I don't know.
I am meeting him June 23rd.
Perfect. And maybe he will install our garbage thing. Who knows?
Oh, our disposal, yeah.
Yeah. Which is going to be very interesting. Yeah, because I have been throwing stuff out by the bananas, and you have to actually age this stuff and do it right. So the flies just go there and make a gajillion flies. And then instantly they're gone. Into the world. I love those little guys so much. I need my nails done too, Christie. Help.
I'm sorry. This stuff I can only get in Canada, and I'm allergic to everything else. I even told my mom I wouldn't do her nails. That wasn't very nice of me. But I'm running out of product. There's very few Canadians coming down, and I don't know where else to get it because you need to be
It's so stupid. So stupid.
you need to have a license, et cetera, to get nail stuff. Come on, let's be real, people.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. The market is smart. If you pretend to be a doctor and you kill off people, they stop coming. So it is just like if you do bad nails, they stop coming, but you need a license. The government needs to be involved in absolutely everything in Canada. And I mean, it's like a program to get these nail techs. It's just dumb. Even haircutting, dumb. If they do a terrible job, the people stop going. They got to get good. But oh no, you need to be licensed. We need to know what you're doing because we're with the government and we're here to help you. And if ever they tell you that, run the hell away because it's going to get ugly real fast.
And speaking of hair, I need to make a hair appointment because I didn't get my mom to cut my hair before she left, and it's getting...
But your mom doesn't have a license. How can she do that?
Well, she sure cuts better than I could.
How can she do that without a license?
She's amazing. My mom can do anything without a license, except drive.
So dumb.
She can barely do that with a license. Just kidding, Mom. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, license. Anything that we do in life, we need the government to be involved.
Okay, so Karen Ritchie is saying hi from England. Hi, Karen.
Hello,
nice
Karen.
to have you join us. Doug says, what is used for heat source? But before John answers that, I'm going to ask us, or say a smart ass comment. Surprisingly, it's from Jeff. Can you make hand sanitizer? It's popular now.
Yeah, you can. The heat source, we have it's a 5 kilowatt heater, which is why I need the 220. It's a great system. And that is what the box is too. So I can turn it down and go down to a 1K or a 2K. Because it's 100 liters, it takes a lot of power to heat that up. So, and it starts in the 156 degree range Fahrenheit, where it starts with the methanol and the acetone, which stinks to high heaven. Apparently, the acetone, it's like nail polish. It is nail polish.
So that's going to make our house smell?
No. It's just in a cup in a thing. So I'm going to be making with my garbage can full of my 25 kilograms of sugar and my 4 cans of tomato paste and my 400 grams of yeast and my 2 cups of lime juice. I'm going to be making about 21 to 22 liters of 45% vodka. There'll be a lot.
Speaking of vodka, don't buy this one. It's yucky.
That is a very yucky vodka. I've never had it. Yes, Sol. Yes, damn right. Government everywhere. So fed up here. I'm just here for my kids. It is so true. So
do
the
your
government,
kids a favor though, and get them out of Canada.
Get them out of Canada. Mexico is the best country to raise kids.
I would love my kids all to move down here. There's 3 up north. I would love them to move down here. They just aren't prepared to work for their mommy and daddy.
Yeah, their dad's kind of a jerk. He is. I took a disc profile, and I've mentioned this previously, and what it does, it figures out, are you aggressive, are you this, are you that? And I thought I wanted more people like me to work with me. But turns out I don't like me. I'm like, wait a second, I'm an ass. So, yeah.
I've been telling him that for years. I didn't not have to read the results of his disc profile to know this. He took a little bit longer to figure it all out.
When my father passed away and I just lost my job, so this is now end of 2001, beginning of 2002, I was taking a government program. The Alberta government was doing it kind of like, what should you do? That kind of thing. Because I'd left Costco, had gone to be a director of this marketing company, and was unemployed. Because of September 11th, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
So I'm taking this course, and they have all of these areas that you are, you're good at. And 14 of the 15 areas that they tested me on, I scored over 90%, over 90. And the other one, I was in the 80s. And they're like, well, you could do anything. And I'm like, I'm here to find out what the hell I should be doing. So then my dad died, and fortunately, he pulled me out. And I took my real estate course right after my dad died because I knew we were moving to Mexico. Christie
I didn't know yet.
was not convinced at that time. But I knew we were moving to Mexico, and I knew there was no licensing here in Mexico. So I figured if I came down with a real estate license, I'm going to have something that nobody else has. And most foreigners, I thought, would appreciate that. And they did. Because at the time, there was maybe 5 or 6 of us that had licenses north of the border. And that's how I got my license in Mexico.
That's our story.
Or why I got
and we're
it.
sticking to it.
No, John, a jerk, never.
I never said a jerk. I said an ass, actually. Actually, he said it, not me.
I did say it. Gladly.
All right, you guys.
So
This is it for today.
We need to get our day started. So today I've got the massage, and I think you'll take the.
You're doing photos first.
Oh, yeah.
Matterport.
We've got a new listing. We got a new listing, so I'm very excited about that. All right, guys, have a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in and just listening to us. Blah, 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 blah. And we're very glad you do. So thanks for that.
Take care. Have a great one. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.